James Ash did not go to church, and ends up reaching through his connections within the military and finds out that James Ash went to Baltimore City and enlisted in the United States Army. He reaches out to Mr. Ash's division commander, a general by the name of Birney, and says, "General Birney, do me a solid, won't you? How about you discharge James Ash? Turn him back to me. I bought him. He's my Cuban property. As if he was a cattle. As if he was a house. I own him. I have that bill of sale for James Ash." You know what Birney did? He didn't do that. He did not submit to the will of Silas Silver. But in the end, the federal government did just that. While James Ash's body was not directly delivered back to Silas Silver, the federal government compensated Silas Silver $300 US, $5,100 in today's currency, for the service of his enslaved person in the United States military. Silas Silver lined his pockets with money based on the service and sacrifice of his enslaved person, James Ash, who was 19 years old when he enlisted. However, there would be no future quarrels over the state of freedom for James Ash from that point forward. James Ash was a free man. Free even upon the time that he enlisted in the army, but officially in paper and writing, James Ash was a free man as of late 1863. He goes in the fight, again, Battle of New Market Heights, September of 1864. Again in January, February of 1865, in and around Wilmington, North Carolina, before the United States colored troops, closing the last open seaport for the Confederate military. By the end of 1865, James Ash, an enslaved man, working as a servant on a property owned by a white supremacist, a vile human being named Silas Silver, becomes a corporal. It's in July of 1865. In December of 1865, by the time he's stationed here in the Washington, D.C. defenses, young James Ash is now a sergeant in command of elements of his company, serving here in the defenses of Washington. And if that is an amazing story, I don't know what else is. An individual born enslaved in Maryland, fighting for the United States Army, fighting not only to preserve the Union, but also to ensure that the ideas